Hey, I'm Will and Noble Locksmith, and you're watching my YouTube channel, Car Key Wizard. I'm an automotive locksmith, and while I definitely don't know it all, I have learned some tricks along the way that I hope will help you while you're out in the field. One thing you can do to help me out, though, would be to subscribe to my channel. And if you like my videos, leave a comment or ask a question, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. I make a lot of videos, so if there's something you'd like to learn more about or a video you'd like to see on a car we're working on, just let me know in the comments and I'll put it up as soon as I can. Thanks, and I hope you enjoy watching my videos. Hey, Noble Locksmith fam. Alright, working on one I haven't showed y'all yet. But you know, Noble Locksmith, we do it all. There's not a car on the road that keys can be made for that we don't make keys for. Pretty much the only thing we can't make keys for are new Benzes. Today we're working on a fun one of my favorites, Porsche Macan. So the process of a Porsche, before it went to the MLB, the new MLB system is the same on the Audi, the Volkswagen, and Bentley, Lamborghini, and Porsche. So before MLB, you got the BCM. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull the BCM, we're going to use ACDP to read the data, make a dealer key, learn it back to the car with VVDI2. You can write it back with ACDP. Anytime you have the option of not writing it back, don't write it back. Why take that extra risk to write it back when you can risk corrupting it, power failure, something happening and you damage the chip? Reading the data is on almost everything almost 100% risk-free. So let's say 99%. But so that's what we're going to do. I'm going to get some stuff ready in the car and I'll show you how to get the BCM out. Macans, Cayennes, not too bad. 911s, absolute nightmare unless maybe you're a really little guy. For my big ass, they're a nightmare. Luckily, this one isn't that. So we're gonna get some tools together. Typically you just need a impact with a screwdriver, star bit, and a number 10. Really only tools you need to get it out. So we're gonna get that in the car and get ready to go. All right, so what you want to do to give yourself some room in here to get to where the BCM is pop this little foot pedal thing off here. It just pops right off. It's a little tricky to do without breaking it, but you can do it. You want to get it basically because this piece up here is kind of stuck in there. Once you get that piece out of underneath it, and you kind of pull this out. So, I don't know if y'all saw that, but I was able to pull that down out of the way. Now I can stick my flashlight up in there and kind of see what I'm doing. Getting these clips out. So now we're back up in there. That's your BCM right there. Alright, so there she is. There's our BCM. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look at that one. Doesn't even have anything in it. That's weird. And then 6, this little thing right here, your antenna. That is weird. Never noticed that. So literally the hardest part of this job is getting that out. I'm 6'2", big guy. Kind of got to turn over upside down laying in the car. So basically I'm like this in the car with one arm up underneath here, pulling out these swing clips and one-handedly pulling out the clips. But it's just in kind of seating in a little bracket. So yeah, once you get that out, you're kind of good. And we take it to the car. So this is what I've done. So this is what I've done. One screw comes out right here, two underneath. You can kind of pull this down and pull this out of the way to give yourself a little more room. But all right, we're gonna go to the van. All right, I've got ACDP set up, and the way ACDP works is Bluetooth through an app. So you got to open up ACDP on your phone. I like to put my phone on Do Not Disturb while I'm doing this. And then you're going to go to Porsche, and then you go to New Porsche Add Key. We're going to do EMO, ICP EMO. ACDP is pretty cool, man. Like, it tells you what to do. So first thing we're going to do to figure out what mask it is, which is kind of always the same, is remove these 4 screws. Open this guy up. Alright, so that's what you gotta do there. And then our mask is right there. So it says 5M48H. It's kind of what almost it always is. And you'll see on here 5M48H. If you click help, it's going to bring up some information. So there you go, it shows it on the board where it is. So we're going to select that one. And then we're going to read, write, EEPROM, D-flash, this one. If you click help, it's going to give you the breakdown. Alright, so there's everything we got out here. Our ACDP, our module here, our adapter, the little screws, the little cable. So then this is the area it's going in. As you can see on here, this is the area. And then basically it just shows you to put these screws on there and just tells you how to do it. So we're going to take this adapter, and this adapter goes right here. So let me put this guy on my chest real quick. I know if you watch a lot of my videos, you're probably so annoyed by how my videography skills, but sorry. Alright, so what you do is you're going to take and put the first, you're going to take and put this small one in first, and then put this one on top, and then you're going to put your adapter in place. And I'm not going to jinx myself, but I think only one time, you kind of, did you hear that? That kind of click, everything's clicking in. If you kind of line it up, you know, straight edge here, look down on it. If you hear some clicks going on, that's everything falling into place. Then you get it screwed down tight, and then you take your adapter cable, put it in there, and we're going to go back to our phone. We're going to say read, write, EEPROM, D-flash, and hope that we can connect to our ACDP. Device is not connected. Awesome. Does not connect to Bluetooth. I'm sorry, it connects through Wi-Fi. So we use this phone for our Wi-Fi. We're gonna turn on our hotspot, and we're gonna connect to that. Then we're gonna try ACDP again, ICP EMO. I can't remember which one I'm connected on. Let me go back, let's see. Now, we're not connected, so this is good stuff to see. So if you go to me, down at the bottom, my device, sorry, system settings, connect to ACDP device. Which one? You got to be on the same Wi-Fi, and I can't remember which Wi-Fi it runs on. I think I got to change my Wi-Fi. So you're going to configure Wi-Fi info by Bluetooth. Alright, so it's asking which one we have. We don't have the one with the serial number, so we're going to say no. And we're going to hold down the set button for 7 seconds. You got to hear it flash again. There you go. Alright, so then we're going to hit next. So see, it found our device. We're going to click that. device. And then we're gonna, so it is connected, we are connected to the key guy, Wi-Fi, that's my other phone. And then we're gonna say start configuration. What that's gonna do, it's gonna put that Wi-Fi configuration into the ACDP programmer. I remember I was at Carvana and I had to connect to their internet because I had such bad internet in the building. So I had to connect to their internet, so I'm having to redo this. Sometimes you got to do it a few times. But you see what we have to do. I'm going to figure this out and come back. Okay, I don't know why I was trying to do my hotspot. I was in the Carvana building the other day, so I used the hotspot and their Wi-Fi. Didn't work. I couldn't remember why, because I couldn't use my MineStar because I was in a building. I couldn't use my Starlink. So I just connected with Starlink. Now you've got this blue light flashing. That means you're connected. So we're going to go to Porsche, add lost key, ICP EMO. We know our mask is 5M48H. So we're going to click there, read write EEPROM flash. And then it's going to connect to the ACDP programmer. You just got to wait. Okay. So this just tells you got to connect, and what it's going to do is check the pins on the board, see if everything's connected right. See, checking pin. It'll come back and just tell you, no, you're missing one. Then you got to take it off and adjust. I put my glasses on. I'll look down there. Sometimes you just got to move a pin slightly with a pick to make sure it's sitting in the right spot. Okay, look at that. We got all good connects. Like I said, it's this adapter is really good. So we're going to hit continue. Y'all going to be doing Porsches in no time. All right, it is detected the BCM module has been encrypted. Of course it is. That's why we're doing all this. Otherwise we do it with OBD. So we just say continue. I don't got to do anything more to the board. So it's detecting the chip. You just say okay, continue. So now it's reading our P-flash data. Just remember this, 100% do not write back. I can't say this and stress this enough. Do not write back. You will mess this job up, and I can't help you. You might have to get a new BCM. So we're going to show you. Right now we're reading P-flash. So I'm going to go ahead and build my folder on the on my desktop. I'm just going to call it Porsche for now. I don't have the VIN number. We're going to open up Drive. I'm going to delete that one. All right, so P-flash takes the longest. The next thing we do to the board is take the adapter off and put it back together. There's nothing more there. So P-flash takes the longest to read. D-flash and EEPROM are like. So what it's going to do is it's going to read P-flash, tell us to save it. Read D-flash, tell us to save it. Read the EEPROM, tell us to save it. And then it's going to ask us if we want to write. You just click exit and disconnect everything. That's where you stop. There are some guys that write back. Basically what they'll do is they'll add the key in. They'll make a dealer key. They'll use that file, and then they'll write that file back into the module, into the chip. Why risk all that? It takes about the same amount of work just to walk to the car, hook up OBD with VVDI2, and learn it to the car. Why risk writing something back when you don't have to? I know I don't do things the easiest way all the time. There might be an easier way to do this. I do things the safest way. To date, I have only messed up one module, and that was on an old Benz that you have to remove a 64 leg chip on. That's the only one I've ever messed up. And what I did was I wasn't paying attention, and I blew like 4 or 5 resistors off. I couldn't find them. I couldn't get it back together right. So, you know, I paid Benz a couple grand to fix that and learned my lesson. Pay attention. All right. So P flash is written, read, we're gonna say okay, and then we're gonna save it. So it's uploading our file somewhere, I don't know. I'll show you how I get them. There is a way you can connect to a FTP site. It's like really rudimentary. I don't do it that way. Okay, backup file succeeded. Now it's reading our EEPROM D-flash. This usually goes pretty quickly compared to the P-flash. Alright, and we're going to save that file. Backup file saved. Please save the D-flash data. Saved. Now, backup succeeded. Reading the chip data successfully. Do you want to continue to write? Remember, no, 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 no. So we're just going to say exit. Cancel write chip. Okay, so we're done. Say okay. We're done. Unplug our ACDP. Let's just get that stuff out of the way. We're done with the module. We're going to put our adapter back over here for now. I'll clean all this up once I'm done, not keep it on camera. Let's go ahead and put our module back together. Go slow with this so everything drops into place properly. We got 4 screws we gotta find. 1, 2, 3, 4. Da 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 da. Ooh, strip that bad boy. I didn't. Just add it to the side. Okay, let's get that out of the way and let's get, I think, the best damn programmer there is, VVDI2. I use this more than anything. Alright, so what we're going to do is plug in our VVDI2. Get that on there. Okay, so now what we're going to go do is go to me, and then we're going to go to my files, and then I've only ever done BMW and Porsche with this, so that's why I have more. If you do more, you'll have Land Rover, blah 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 blah. So we're going to go to Porsche, and then we're going to look at those ones we just did, right? So the last one I did was back in April on a Porsche. I haven't been getting a lot of those. I was getting them all the time, but haven't been getting. So we're going to upload all 3 of these files. Whoop. All right, now I remember. So you hold down on the file, say share. I put it in my drive. Upload. This is just the fastest way I've found to do it for me. So hold down, we're going to put all of them in there. I'm going to share it to my drive. Upload. Share to my drive. And upload. This one's going to take the long. Oh, no, that was quick. Okay, so now those are done. So let's look up at the drive. I've got my drive open. And let's refresh that. So there we go. P flash, EEPROM, D flash. And we're going to download each one of these. And we're going to put them in our Porsche folder. Alright, so let's open up our downloads. There's our guys. We're going to take those and put them in our Porsche folder. Close that out. Open up VVDI Deuce. We're going to get our Porsche key. This is the one. Let's make sure it isn't locked or something. I'm going to read the transponder, make sure it isn't locked. It's unlocked. So we're going to, of course, set that in here. All right. So now up here, we're going to go to Porsche. All right, so we're going to load file. We're going to go to that folder. Porsche folders on the desktop. All right, we're gonna load our D flash, and you see they have key 1 and 2 on here. We're gonna do key 3. We're gonna prepare dealer key. Okay, just click key 3, prepare dealer key. Like I said, the hardest part of this job is getting the damn thing out. All right, so press OK to save new EEPROM file, EEPROM dump file. Now this is where a lot of guys would take that file and write it back. We're not going to. We're still going to save this file as key 3. Why? Because you save every single thing in every job you do, just in case. So if something did happen to this module, since you have that file, you can write that file back and be okay. So now it says add dealer key success. Please learn the new dealer key to the car through OBD. So guess what we're going to do? We're going to put the module back in the car, take VVDI2 in the computer, and learn it to the car. So I'll be back. All right, we're back in the car. We got our key. I haven't put everything back together yet, but I got everything plugged back in. Second hardest part of this job is putting it back. So I've got VVDI2 through OBD. So we're going to go to key learn, new Porsche key, learn. All right, it's connecting to the device, of course. Now we're going to kind of wake this car up. Let's see, let's put on the lights, and we're going to click read. So it read the car. There's 2 keys in there now, and we're going to load our EEPROM. Remember, in the files we save, that's why we saved everything. And that's going to be our D flash. All right, so we're just going to learn 1 key, and then we're going to say key learning. Now we're going to put the key in the ignition, turn it. Now it's saying start learning. So it says switch ignition on with 1 key, key 1, we're doing that. Now it says learning, 1 key, please wait. All right, so the ignition came on, the mirrors opened. Now wait. You would think you're done. Waiting, finish key learn. Do not take that key out. It will not finish. Trust me, I learned the hard way. All keys successfully learned. Take the key back out. Let's put the key in. Car starts. Let's check our remotes. Everything works. And we're going to put everything back together, get paid. I'm charging $650 for this job. Yeah, man, get out there and make that money. Now, can you do a Porsche? Damn right you can. Because if my big ass can get underneath there and do this, you sure as hell can too. This is Will with Noble Locksmith. If you got any questions or comments, please ask, and man, I'll do my best to get back to you as soon as possible. Have a great day. Okay, one more thing that I forgot to tell you is this process is the exact same process whether it's a proximity key or a remote head key. On the proximity key, on the ignition, there's going to be like a stub out key, right? So what you do is you turn that on, turn it off, hitting the brake, and it'll slide out. If you can't get it out, sometimes it just won't come out. There's a little flap on the side. You pull that up with a little screwdriver, and it's got a button. You push that button, and it comes out. So you're going to do these on proximity and remote heads, which of course, the way you know it's a BCM is if you see that little notch right there, that's your BCM. So that's the key you're going to use. If it doesn't have that notch and it's just flat like that, that's MLB. That's an MLB key. You're going to do that like we did on the Audi SQ5 video. Same process on that one with the MLB. So now you know if the key has that, that's the BCM, and you can do any of those, all the exact same way in this process. Cayennes, Panameras, 911s, Boxsters, Macans, everything are going to be done that same way. So have fun.